again, that's acting, that's writing, that's what this movie has, and that's why it's the best fucking picture. I'm sorry, PTA. It has to be the best picture. I
Yeah.
know you've been waiting, but this guy did it, and it's just not the cool thing to say. Like, and I love the only part I dislike is the Irish, the Irish song dancing scene, just because I
Why?
felt like, to me, it just felt a little too silly. It was the one part I felt was a little too silly, but I understand it has to mirror Sammy's song in terms of the power of music and and the control it has, and obviously he's the same thing, but the Irish version, like they alluded to in the start of the movie, in which in Africa, the people who sung songs had the power to do this. In Ireland, they also could do the same thing. So it's meant to mirror Sammy's song.
Yeah.
But to me, it just felt so, I guess, just silly. And that's the only part that I still had a problem rewatching it. Um, was that scene? Everything else, and it just gets a little too much. When the Asian guy, and that was great casting too. The all three Asian actors, the father, the wife, and the daughter, especially the daughter of her country ass accent.
Yeah.
That was phenomenal casting there, and they were all great actors in that movie. And even Haley Steinfeld. I mean, shit, it's still crazy to think that she's so good. And I mean, she's always a great actress, but like she's just so good in this movie, talking the way she's talking.
Well, you better get the heck out of my face with that.
Yeah. um. But yeah, the when the Asian guy does his version of "You Can Just Let Me Inside," that was a little too much. But that's the rules of Invasion of the Body Snatchers and vampirism
Yeah.
and all that. Is you kind of have to tilt your hand. Um, but yeah, I mean, again, I all I'm doing is just praising this movie because we really haven't talked about it much, like scene by scene or bar for bar of it. But like I said last year, it was an easy one to say it was the best movie of the year and best and favorite, because sometimes it can be either or. But to me, it was both.
Right. I'm with you.
The and the unfortunate part is having the most nominations kind of does hurt the movie itself on Oscar night. I think the ones that have had the most nominations have really only won, I think, like a quarter of their nominations the last couple of years. Um, I think the one that had the most successful wins had to be Return of the King, or they had that record for a long time
Yeah, they
as
did. Because I remember
the
they got
most.
nominated for every goddamn thing.
Well, they took it from Titanic, if I'm not mistaken. It was, yeah, but I'm saying I don't think there's been an Oscar since that had such
Nah.
a runaway winner in a lot of the categories that it was nominated in. And obviously, if it doesn't win, it's going to have another discourse like with the Titanic thing about race and how the Oscar treats movies by black directors and all that. Especially if something like, again, one battle after another were to win, that would probably throw more fuel on the fire in the interracial agenda and all that. But like I said, it's the Bay Area Victory Lap today. That's what we're calling
Right.
the episode, because the man came from Sacramento State College. He all right. I haven't heard him on Amy Poehler's podcast, but this is how we're going to end the episode.